Hello, friends. Last time I had given you a few questions from the NCRT text, and these were based on relative motion. Okay. Now, the topic of relative motion is not that easy to understand, it is something very new for you. So, it is going to be quite troublesome in the beginning, but later on, the more practice you do, the better it will become. Okay, today I am solving two numerical problems from the homework section I had given in the last lecture. Why two problems only? Because see, I don't have to pass class 11th or I don't have to study science. I have already done that part in my life. Now I want you to practice. I want you to use your own brain, because the more you use it, the sharper it will be. Okay, so without any further gossip, I'm limiting myself only to two questions. The rest of the questions you have to try at your own. The tougher ones, the questions in which there is something new to learn, that only I am solving. So let us go for question number 3.7. Now, first, you have to take a thorough reading of this numerical. See, if you don't understand any numerical question, you are not able to solve it. There is some hidden data that is given in every question. You have to read it again and again and again and again, maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times, unless you fully understand the numerical. Okay. And the second thing you have to do, which is new to you, is that you have to use visualization. You have to visualize the entire situation, that what is going inside the numerical. Okay. I remember that there was a girl in our class, in our university. So whenever the lecture of thermodynamics was going on, she used to start perspirating. She used to start feel the heat, because the chapter that was going on, that was for heat. And I used to make a fun of her, that it's nice that you started feeling heat. If the professor has started teaching electricity, then you would start feeling shock in the class. Okay, so our visualization was very powerful. So before you peep into the solution, please read the question many times till you completely understand it. So this is what the question looks like. This is the what the question says to you. There are three trains. Train A, the driver at the what to say, the first part, and the guard is at the last part. This is the length of the train, and how much lengthy it is? It is 400 meters. The question says there is one more train, which is train B, again with the driver and the guard at the last, the driver at the at the first, and the length of that train is also 400 meters. Okay, now A is ahead of B. Now A is moving ahead, B is lagging behind. By how much distance? We don't know. So we just call that distance equal to distance x. Now the speed of both the trains, A is moving with uniform speed of 72 kilometers per hour. B is also moving with the same speed of 72 kilometers per hour. But now if B decides to overtake A, it has to increase its speed. That means it has to accelerate, and that acceleration is also given. It is 1 meter per second square. This is the acceleration of train B. Okay, so this is what is said in the question, and this is what happens after 50 seconds. The guard of B brushes past the driver of train A. This is train B, this is the guard, and he is brushing past the driver of train A. Brushing past, you know what is brushing past? You are in a car, your friend is sitting in another car, you are overtaking him and saying him bye bye. That is known as brushing past. Okay, so the guard of B brushes past the driver of train A. This is what is happening after a gap of 50 seconds. Then it comes to simplify the data which is given in the question. See, speed of A is equals to speed of B, which is 72 kilometers per hour. We will convert this 72 kilometers per hour into meters per second, because all the other data is given in meters per second. So you require a conversion. To convert kilometers into meters, multiply by 1000. To convert hours into second, multiply by 60 into 60, 3600. And this is the speed of train A as well as train B. It is 20 meters per second. Now acceleration of A is 0. That means A is moving with uniform speed. It is not at all accelerating. Acceleration of B is 1 meters per second square. 1 meter per second square, and the time taken for this is 50 seconds. This is the data given to you. Okay, now first we calculate the distance covered by A in 50 seconds. How do we calculate that distance covered by A in 50 seconds? A is doing uniform motion, so there is the equation, only one equation you can apply. Speed is equals to distance distance is equals to speed into time. What is the speed? 20. What is the time? 50. So the distance covered by A is 1000 meters. Now coming to distance covered by B in 50 seconds. What kind of motion B is doing? It is doing non-uniform motion. So to calculate distance covered in non-uniform motion, we use this equation. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Now, putting the values in this equation, the speed of B is 20, the time taken is 20 and half at square. So the total distance, what do you get? That is the distance covered by B is 1000 plus 1250, that is 2250 meters. This is the distance covered by B. But the distance covered by B will include all this. That means in 2250, what is included? The length of train A, which it has to cover, because the guard is brushing past the driver. That means B is also covering its own length. So length of train B, it has to cover the initial distance between them. That was the distance X. And in these 50 seconds, A is also moving ahead by some distance. So B has to cover that distance also. Try to understand that in this 50 seconds, B will cover these four things: length of train A, length of train B, initial distance between them, and it has also to cover the distance, whatever distance is covered by the train A in these 50 seconds. So this all is included in this distance 2250 meters. This is how we write it. The total distance covered, length of train A 400 meters, length of train B 400 meters, distance covered by train A 1000 meters, and the initial distance between them, that is X. Okay, so from this equation you have to find the value of X. Very simple. X is equals to 450 meters. This is the original distance between train A and train B, which is measured as the distance between the guard of train A. Let me show you again. The distance between the guard of train A and the driver of train B. Got it? So the question based on relative motion, we can solve it with one more method. This is one more method to calculate it. Now what we do is, we take the speed of A and B both equal to 0, because they are moving with same speed. We can take it. Okay, so initially there is no relative motion between them. Now we again calculate the distance moved by train B in 50 seconds. Okay, the distance covered will be calculated as ut plus half at square. Again put the values, because initial speed of B we have taken 0. It is simply 1250. And now what is the distance covered? It includes the length of train A, the length of train B, and the actual distance between them. So this is 1250 equals to 800 plus X. So X equals to 450. Okay, You need to understand both these to grasp the concept of relative motion. Okay, I know it's not that easy. It's not that easy to visualize. Okay, but you have to work upon it. Oof. Now, question number 3.8. Again, based on the concept of relative velocity. Read the question. Read the questions till you understand the question first. Answer and solution will be the next part, but you need to understand the question first. Now, speed of train A 36 kilometers per hour. It's not train, it's a car. It's a car. Speed of train B 54 kilometers per hour, that is 15 meters per second, and A is 10 meters per second. Speed of C is minus 54 kilometers per hour, that is minus 15 meters per second. Oh my god, why this minus came up? This minus came up when I visualize the problem like this. See, now here this is A, this is B, this is C. Now A is moving with a speed of 10 meters per second towards the right side. B is also moving with a speed of 10 meters per second towards, 15 meters per second towards the right side, this direction. Now, because C is coming from the opposite direction, its speed is taken as negative. Just like we take the numbers on the number line to be positive and negative. So, speeds of A and B are positive and speed of C will be negative. Now, the next step we do is we calculate their relative speeds. Speed of B with respect to A, that is VB minus VA, that is 5 meters per second. Speed of C with respect to A, that is, you know how to calculate it, no? That is minus 25 meters per second. The first thing we do here is to calculate that how much time C takes to overtake A. Okay, why I have choosing A and C for this? Because A and C are both doing uniform motion. It is only B which is going to accelerate. A and C, they will do uniform motion. So I will calculate time based upon their motions. VCA, speed of C with respect to A, is equals to distance over time. And this is what the time is. The time taken by C to overtake A is 40 seconds. Now remember that B has to overtake A in this time of 40 seconds. So how much time B has? 40 seconds. And what is the equation of motion for B? Distance. S equals to ut plus half at square. Put the values. First rewrite the equation, because the relative distance between B and A is SBA, their relative initial speed is UBA, and acceleration of B with respect to A is ABA. Okay, you have to convert this equation of motion into relative terms. Got it? Now this becomes simple. You have to just put the values. Distance between B and A 1000. Relative speed of B with respect to A 5, time is 40. Acceleration I don't know, so I keep it as A. Solve this equation, and this is what you get. A is equals to 1 meter per second square. Okay, sounds to be a little it's not tough, it's complicated. Okay, see, tough things means definitely you will require help. Complicated things means you have if you work yourself on it, you will get it. So this is what the problems are, and remember, rest of the problems you will have to do by yourself. Clear? Because it is you who is in the learning process. So all the best. Don't lose the zeal, don't lose the hope. If you don't get the answers in the first trial, it is very normal that you will get answer in the fourth or fifth trial, and you will be wasting a number of pages, maybe four to 5 pages. Okay, so happy learning, and all the best.